Hello folks, my name is Jay Johnson. I'm happy and proud that I've done some videos for running times. I'm wearing a shirt that says run today, and I just ran here or jogged here to prove to you that this is a running magazine, and even though most of the videos that I've produced for running times, they don't involve running, but we believe in running, okay? What I want to show you today is quintessential, elemental, fundamental, whatever word you want to use, to staying healthy as a runner, in my personal opinion. Might be different than your opinion, might be different than your physical therapist's opinion or your coach's opinion, okay? This is called the Lunge Warm-Up. It's based on physical therapist Gary Gray's Lunge Matrix. I'm going to show it to you now, and then we'll go over some specifics a little later in the video, some things to watch out for. It's very simple. We're going to do 5 lunges on each leg, okay? So there's a total of 10 lunges. Then we're going to do 5 different lunges, okay? So at the end of this, you will have lunged 50 times. Now, we've got a couple different cameras set up, so we've got various angles, and I think this will be fairly educational. You do this the first thing when you get out of your car. So you pull up to a track for your track workout, you get out of your car, you gossip with your friends, and then you do this. We do this before we do any static stretching, any dynamic stretching, anything else. This is the first thing we do when we get out of our automobile, okay? Or the bus, or if you rode your bike to the track, that's great too. Okay, so here we go. The first lunge is pretty simple. It's just a front lunge. And I try and teach this as a warm-up. So we're not trying very hard on this first one. This first lunge is in what's called the sagittal plane. And as we know, as runners, we're moving in the sagittal plane. Later on in this lunge matrix, I'll talk about the other 2 planes of motion. There's 3 planes of motion, and runners should be strong in this sagittal plane. Okay, so that's the front lunge. The next one is very simple. We're going to work a little bit in the transverse plane, the rotational plane. Golfers work in this plane, and you know, other athletes as well. Gymnasts, you know, divers who are spinning around. This is the transverse plane. So now we're going to take our lunge, and then we're going to twist. Then we're going to step back. We're going to take our lunge. We're going to twist. We're going to step back. We're going to take our lunge. Then we're going to twist. Step back. Take our lunge. Twist. So that's 2 on each side. Now you'll get to where you can twist in the air, and so it'll look like this. My knee just hit the ground there. That's fine. That's actually decent flexibility. I'm not up very early right now, so I should be warmed up more so than I probably am. So we've done 2 lunges. We've done a front lunge, and we've done a front lunge with a twist. Now we're going to do what is called the lateral lunge. So here's where our lines are important. We have some yellow stripes here on the track, and then we have a lane line. We have the lane 5 line right here. Let's take a step out. Let's have our foot perpendicular to the direction we're going, and we'll lunge to the side. Back to the middle, foot perpendicular to this line, lunge to the side. This is the most difficult one for me personally. I have horrible hamstring flexibility and pretty tight glutes usually. So on this one, I never worry that all the athletes I work with look way better than I do. When they get to this point, they can kind of sit down like a squat. Unfortunately, I'm unable to do that. If I worked on a little harder, I might be able to do it. Okay, so we're gonna do 5 each direction. Now, I like, personally, that that's the third one. The third lunge. The first 2 lunges kind of get you warmed up. That third lunge, you know, not so good for me. This next one I like. A line's going this way, a line's going that way. And the line goes behind us as well. We're going to shoot out to a 45-degree angle. We're going to have this toe pointed straight down our lines. This one at a 45-degree angle. We're going to sit down on that leg. Okay? Pick our 45-degree angle here. Kind of get set. Sit down. Keep our arms up a little bit. It forces better posture. What you want to do eventually is be mindful of your posture. This kind of looks like, you know, some Tai Chi or something Eastern as opposed to Western. But I really like this one because now we're moving. Oh, I forgot to say, was in the frontal plane, our last lunge. This one is kind of a combination of the sagittal plane and the frontal plane. Okay, so we'll do one more on each side. We call this back and to the side, because you're going back and to the side. So let me review something really quick. Going back to the frontal lunge, this is the frontal plane. So kids who play, you know, basketball defense, or a softball player who has to get down, pick up a ball and throw it, they're moving in the frontal plane. As runners, we only move in the sagittal plane. Then we have a little bit of transverse plane, because as this knee comes up, excuse me, this hip is working, this knee comes up, this shoulder rotates around a little bit. So we have some rotation at the hip, have some rotation at the shoulder. Final one is cake, and we're gonna do this one kind of quick. Backwards lunge, this gets your butt going. You're just trying to kick your butt and reach back. Kick your butt and reach back. Kick the butt, reach back. Your posture should be up tall. This is the 5th lunge. You should be warmed up by it now. I'm getting a little tired, breathing a little bit, because I want this lunge warm-up to end with the athlete's heart rate elevated. Now we can do some more dynamic stretching. You've seen some videos with skipping and whatnot. I feel like this is the precursor to a skipping warm-up. I feel like this is the precursor to your 10 or 15 or 20-minute warm-up jog. Okay, folks, that's it. That's the lunge warm-up based on physical therapist Gary Gray's Lunge Matrix. Gary Gray is located in the state of Michigan, and if you got a running injury, you could go see that guy for sure. Thank you so much for your time.